Hey everyone, it's Dr. Anthony G. Beck, creator of Balance Protocol, and today I want to talk to you about something I refer to as the DNA dietary deception. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, in today's day and age, there's a little movement kind of going on out there because everyone is starting to, get involved in the 23andMe's and the different ancestries and stuff like that, taking a look at your DNA. Now, what is that has spun off is this whole market, this whole subsection out there of people telling you dietary advice based upon your DNA report. Well, let me explain something to you very crystal clear. It's not possible to give you proper dietary information or strategy whatsoever based only on your DNA. It's just totally not true. Very simple. Keep in mind, I've been doing genetic testing and stuff prior to the Human Genome Project, and you got to understand the Human Genome Project released its stuff somewhere around 2005, 2006, and they're still sorting through it. There's a lot of genes out there, and one of the ones you might have heard out there, for example, is your MTHFR, right? So that particular gene SNP that everyone is telling you presupposes that you now have impaired methylation just because you have that single nucleotide polymorphism. Well, that's an absolute lie. Here's how I know that. Because me personally, I have MTHFR SNPs, but guess what? I have no problem with methylation whatsoever. None. I don't have any lowered methylation capacity or anything. Why is that? Because you have to understand that your genes, if you will, and of course there's a book out there that's all clever saying you have dirty genes and based upon your genes you should clean and do this. That's all a ruse in my particular opinion, and it just doesn't pan out. And the reason is because it can't tell you how they're functioning. It doesn't tell you if those genes are in expression or not. We know, just if you remember back to basic science and dealing with the fruit flies and the color of their eyes and different characteristics, that you can be a carrier for certain things but it doesn't manifest into the child. Did you know you can't even tell a person's race by their genes? Nope, you can't do it. There's no gene that makes you your particular race. So at the end of the day, how in the heck are you going to be able to determine something as broad as what dietary things that you should actually be consuming? That can only be determined by functional assessments. Going back to methylation, for example, if you want to know why your methylation is, you have to test the methylation in products. Things like your SAMe and your SAW ratio, what your methylmalonic acid is to tell you what your B12 is doing, Kenurenic and xanthanurenic organic acid to tell you what your B6 is doing. You got to take a look at plasma zinc. There's all kinds of things. Methylation is nutrient dependent. It requires certain amino acids and minerals and other constructs. So just because you have a SNP does not mean your body is in expression or that it is functioning in a certain way or a percentage. That's all a ruse, because I guarantee you, if you look at it, they're all going to be selling you a supplement for that gene or that supplement. It will always boil down to selling you a repeatable product based upon that lie. Don't believe it. What you want to do is you want to do functional assessments. If you want to find out if you have a problem in methylation, check your nutrient levels through functional pathways and determine if they're present or not, if they're apparating or not. That's how you do it. It's a very simple thing. If you want to tell somebody, well, you have high blood pressure, according to this SNP, you have a hypertension problem. Well, we don't just go, oh my God, I'm going to start taking some hydrochlorothiazide and some beta blockers. No, what you do is you take your blood pressure. It's really that simple, guys. So don't believe the DNA pimps when it comes to telling you how and what you should be eating, what foods you should avoid and so forth based upon taking your genes. There is no test that is effective in doing that. I've even had lunch with one of the CEOs of one of those large companies, and they don't like their data being used in that way. And that's because as scientists, they know these SNPs are not proven. So anyways, stay away from the DNA dietary deception. The only way you can determine what you need to eat is translated through your own patient story, substantiated by objective data that we can find in functional nutritional tests. All right, guys, stay away from the DNA pushers, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys pretty soon, and live life in balance.